Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Rolando Bedoya versus Khaos Williams. Khaos Williams is 13-3, 29 years old, and he's got 1 inch of height and 2 inches of reach on Rolando Bedoya, whose age I neglected to write down, and he's got a record of 14-1. I think he's in his 20s. I don't fucking know. Either way, very similar experience, numbers of fights, I should say, but the experience all lies with Khaos Williams. Of course, he's got 1 extra fight for whatever that's worth, but a lot more UFC experience, of course. Bedoya's making his debut here, and, he's got a great, juicy record, but it's on the regional scene. And he still looks vulnerable. His last 2 fights, he's looked vulnerable against this guy Pablo and this guy Jose. Guy Jose was 39 years old when he fought him, and he cracked him, dropped him, and he dropped him like right into a rear naked choke. It was actually pretty slick, but wasn't able to get the finish, and Rolando Bedoya took over. Same thing with Pablo. And look, this guy Bedoya, the wins may not be the most impressive. The record, the resume isn't the most impressive, but the way he's winning shows he's got a lot of great traits as a fighter. The thing is, the technique isn't up to par with the traits. I think he looks very sloppy and very vulnerable on the feet. Of course, just mentioned him getting dropped and whatever, but I think Khaos Williams is ripe to exploit that. I mean, Khaos Williams is a guy who is, at this point, almost underrated again, like he was when he came into the UFC. But yeah, he's a very tough guy, never been finished, and he's shown to have really good knockout power deep into the fight, and of course, in the opening 5 seconds as well, where Bedoya seems most vulnerable. But Bedoya, the traits I like about him as a fighter are his cardio and his relentlessness, his tenacity. This guy doesn't stop, again, weathers storms, and he's just in your face. He's in your face, and he's not bad at all on the feet once he gets his ass kicked a little bit, I think. So as far as Bedoya's chances to win this fight, because with the odds, that's what you have to look at. I'd say, and I have sprinkled something on decision, but I'd say he would have to weather a storm from Khaos and really kind of overwhelm him, because I think just getting Khaos Williams out of round 1 isn't going to cut it. Getting him into round 3 isn't going to cut it. Go ask Matt Semmelsberger, he won round 3. Go ask Miguel Baeza, he killed him in round 3. And these are much higher level fighters than anybody Bedoya's fight. Everything points to Khaos Williams winning this fight. And when Khaos Williams wins, it's mostly by knockout, but not by the widest margin. He's got 13 wins, Stevie the Cat. 7 of them are by knockout. 1 is by submission. 5 are by decision. And his 3 losses, again, are all by decision. So, I can't count on Khaos Williams getting a finish, although with a guy that's taking a significant step up in competition and fighting the most dangerous guy he's fought, and the guy's proven to be vulnerable against distinctly lesser competition in his most recent fights. Khaos Williams by finish, that's my pick. So I've sprinkled something on him winning by finish flat, I think. It might be knockout. In round 1 at plus 160. The odds are pretty much the same, so you're better off betting finish, I think. So I bet finish. And I threw a sprinkle on Bedoya to win by decision, even though if he was to win, I'm not sure if decision would even be more likely than like a 3rd round finish, even though Khaos Williams has never been finished. But I just think any path to victory would have to, if he won points, he would have to really kick Khaos Williams' ass, because he's going to be behind on points by the time he has to turn things around. But still, Khaos Williams has never been finished, so I suppose Bedoya's most likely path would be decision. Regardless, this is all horseshit. Khaos Williams by knockout is the pick. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.